Obviously, I think one of our strong points is obviously our pitching. I'm looking down. I think we only have one walk tonight. That's something we pride ourselves on. A little uncharacteristic. We made some errors, and especially over at third base. John Mule has been. I thought he should have been a defensive player of the year in our conference, and quite honestly, it's been a great week here in DeLand, bringing the regional to the city of DeLand and Stetson University, and we had a lot of media in town, and then obviously in my time here, the best crowd we've ever had, and it's hard to simulate that. It's hard to get your guys ready to play like that, and we said that about the fifth inning when we might not have been playing our element. We said, hey, all right, we got 5 innings under our belt. Let's go ahead. We can flush what we've done so far and go out and try to play the last couple innings and win the last 4 innings of baseball. We have something we talk about all the time is win the last 3 innings of baseball. I think it was a great electric crowd tonight. Hartford did a tremendous job. We knew that lefty coming in. Obviously, like my old conference, I know half that team, and obviously I got some scouting reports from some of the folks back up in Orono about that lefty, and we knew he was going to be tough with his changeup, and we tried to prepare for him, and he still pitched well. If you notice in the beginning part of the game, he didn't miss any of his spots. There was like maybe 1 or 2 spots for the first 4 innings that he missed. He was inside, he was outside, and he was throwing his changeup. So all in all, I'm really pleased. I think one of the biggest parts of the game too was Brooks getting that 2-out RBI in the end, which kept him off the mound. So he was warming up, and obviously in a tournament where you got to play multiple games sometimes in a day, and weather could hamper things. You want to keep as many arms fresh, and so it kept him from coming in for a save at that point, even though he wants to save. I know he does. So, but he'll take the 2-out RBI. We left a couple RBIs out there. What we've been doing well over the last 10, 15 games is we have been efficient at getting guys in at third base with less than 2 outs. I mean, we've been probably operating about 75 or 80%. Tonight we weren't, and we left a couple out there, and that kept it a little closer in those times that we did produce those runs. Kuzi stealing those 2 bases, back to boom, boom, boom. That just kind of set the tone right there to get it back to where we can get back on the momentum our way. We had a bunt on with Brooksy. We'll do anything. These guys are awesome. It doesn't matter. They don't care where they're on the lineup. They'll try to produce runs. And I went to Brooksy. I said, look, these guys are going to give us the bunt. We'll take it. And then after it was 1-1, we saw the guy coming in so darn much. And him and I looked at each other, and we wiped the thing off and whacked double down the line. And, that's how we got that run in there, too. So finding different ways to win. Kuz making 2 great catches in center field. The second one was, I thought it was a sure double, and then number 1 comes out of nowhere and lays out and makes that catch. So I think that kind of gave us or kept the momentum our way when it was a 5-3, I think it was at that time. So big play for us.
Were either of those 2 steals to open the inning? Were either of those on his own, or were they called?
Kuzi has his own. Kuzi, how many steal signs have I given you all year?
I don't think any.
Kuzi gets the on your own, or you might get a red light every now and then. I don't even know when I've given him a red light. So, we work some verbals and things like that, especially at third base. But he knows when he's supposed to go.
I felt like I was pretty comfortable at the plate. Like Coach Trimper said, that the guy they started, he was a good arm. He was able to put multiple pitches, where he wanted them. So it was just a matter of time before he either gets tired or we make something happen. But it's all an approach thing. You gotta go up there with an idea of what you're trying to do. You're not trying to do too much, not trying to hit a ball out of the ballpark, which is hard to do here. I think we saw that tonight. So it's all about going in there with confidence and having an approach.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good for us. We Coach always says we're very good at being able to focus up really quick when we need to, and we went in there, just hung out, and then when it was time to go back, we just focus back up.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about is just always being able to refocus, and that's what Kuzi's talking about. Is this team is very good at refocusing and just coming back in and getting back in the moment. Baseball is all about going in and out of the little focus circle they talk about. And those guys did. I think Joey, and I said something to him personally at the end, I thought he really competed well tonight. It isn't easy for a pitcher to sit down for 40, 50 minutes and then come back out. I thought he had better stuff when he came back out, actually. He got his pitch count up a little bit. And, in tournament situations, we knew we had Mitch available and Brooks in the pen. So, again, we're going to use all the guys that we got to win one game and then move on to the next. We just felt like Mitch was going to give us a couple multiple innings. Ben's been kind of the go-to guy to get a couple lefties out or give us 1 inning. And at that point in the game, we were kind of just going to say we got to put up zeros all the way to the end. If we can get 1, we were going to bring Brooksy in and save him at that point. And you're going to think about Sunday on Sunday, and you're going to think about Saturday on Saturday. Right now, we're just playing for Friday. Gilbert was scheduled to go game 2 all along. obviously a formidable opponent. They swung the bats really well in the game they played today. So I mean, it's, as I said before, it's the NCAA tournament. Everybody's pretty good, So we just got to play our best. And again, we got to play the game, not the team. That's what we have to do. If we go out there and play the game and don't worry about the team we're playing, the wins will take care of themselves, or the quality play will take care of itself. I honestly think we were just a little bit out of our element. I mean, as much as I said about the crowd, and it's the regionals, and you want to win in front of your home team crowd, and two surefire guys. I mean, John Miola and I think he made two, and Eric Fago had one. I mean, those guys have been unbelievable all year. I mean, talk about Sports Center top 10s. I think John was on it once already, and he just got a little bit tied up a little bit on his feet on one of them, and the one for the RBI. I think what happened, or what I know what happened, was he was going to third base to make the last out. He just kind of got his feet caught up, and the ball slipped through, and Eric just picked up on it a little bit. I mean, it's not like us. I don't think it's a trend. I hope it's not a trend, and I think we'll just shake it. We get them all out in one game. I guess that's what we're going to look at. That's a play that we have the infield's drawn in, so we're going to go see it through using our second baseman. Our second base runner is going to take a huge lead because he's going to get behind the shortstop. So we talk about all the time, the third base runner is going nowhere, all right, because you're really not going anywhere. And he just kind of pushed the panic button a little bit and thought it was going to be a single. And even if it's a single, you can still walk home. And he's supposed to stay close to the bag, and he got caught in no man's land. And my biggest job for the last couple outs, and certainly the next inning, was just to get him reeled back in, because he's still a freshman. He's going to be a tremendous player. He's done a great job for us. He was the MVP last weekend in our conference tournament, but he was beating himself up a little bit too much. And this is about a game of just flushing it and going. And so I'm sure tomorrow he'll be fine.
I told Spooner I'd give him credit because as I'm running, I just hear Spooner just yelling, "Make a play, make a play." So decided I'd try to go for it.
Right after you made that catch, the NCAA baseball Twitter account put like 6 Sports Center top 10 hashtags into one tweet. Brooks, what did you think when you saw that?
I was actually in the bullpen warming up, and from that angle, it looks like it's probably going to get down. But with this guy out there in center field, I mean, he can run a little bit, so you always got in the back of your head, like, no, he's going to get to it. Don't worry about it. He'll be there. And it's getting closer to the ground, and I'm standing on the mound, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Better start throwing a little bit more. And then comes out of nowhere, and I mean, you see me and everybody in the bullpen, all the fans, giving him the tip of the hat, because I mean, it's just an unbelievable catch. Obviously, the crowd was great. Probably one of the better crowds I've played in front of here. I think this is why I came to Stetson, to come and to win as many ball games as I can. And it took me until my senior year to host a regional, and I can tell you that a lot of people never thought that this was possible. And here we are, winning the first game of it. So, I think we put ourselves in a great spot to win this and go on to the Super.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the state of Florida in general is just talent-rich. I mean, everywhere around, and we're fortunate enough that we have some great kids from South Florida, from all over Florida, and we have some good ones coming in next year from down that way. Actually, Georgie, to bring him up, he had a heck of a game today. I mean, that ball he hit, they got Melching to route a little bit, when that ball was probably gone, and then he had the big double. Made an unbelievable play at shortstop. I think it was in the 8th inning where he backhanded it. Maybe it was the 9th inning. Was that 8th or 9th inning?
No,
8th inning where he made a really nice play. So, had a great game too. So, South Florida is going to be big for us. I mean, we're gonna recruit the heck out of anybody that wants to be a Stetson Hatter that fits our mold and wants to play quality baseball and can come in here and compete each day in and out. And this last week, since we got selected, we were kind of focused on winning the regional, and to be honest with you, we didn't do much recruiting this week. So,
Okay.
But I'm sure it's going to. I mean, we've picked up a few kids lately that we can't release just yet, but we got a couple good ones. And anything like this is going to be great for the school, the athletic department, the town of DeLand. So I think it has a lot of impact in multiple ways. And we're going to prove, if you fit what we're trying to do, if it's a good fit for a student athlete, we're gonna recruit anybody. It doesn't matter if they're from Florida, which is obviously a big part of what we do, but up and down the Eastern Seaboard is going to also. There's good players around.